about now?
Yes, we can see you. Although you
Okay.
can't see us, we got several people in this room. So,
Hi, everybody. Good morning, all of you.
so take it away from here, Anubama. You can share screen and do your presentation.
Perfect. So, once again, hi, everyone. I hope you all can see my screen. Can I get a confirmation, Naren?
Yes,
Okay.
we can see your
Uh,
screen. Yeah, full screen mode.
yeah, so
Yes.
thank you. Thank you for inviting me to do this online. And it's very unfortunate I could not be there in person today. So, I must see you all. But big thanks and shout out to Naren for having me do this at least online. So last year, I believe you must have heard a similar pitch from our colleague, Professor R. Krishna Kumar, about the Department of Medical Science and Technology, recently established at IIT Madras. So today, I'm just going to give an overline about what we have done and what we are looking forward to do in the future. So, with that, the main objective of this department is to create physician scientists in the country, which is a major gap in India right now. We have several doctors, we have a lot of basic science researchers, but especially in the term of like physician scientists, there are not much clinical researchers who have the background of medical field and also want to innovate things or invent things or lacking in the country. So, with this as one of the main goal in the department, along with an interdisciplinary approach, we they created this medical science technology department at IIT Madras, where the main thought process is to bridge engineering and medicine through several layers of medical research. So, here engineering is one aspect, medical is one aspect, is not the goal, is to bridge both of these components to bring up with like translational scientists, clinical scientists who can do both, and this can advance the field of medical science research and technology building, etc. So this is like the broad overview about the department. And towards this purpose, what we have envisioned is not to create just one center, but multiple centers in different fields of medicine itself. For example, we have cardiology, we have neurology, nephrology, we have a special center for brain, orthopedics, orthobiomedics, mechanics, and all of that will be integrated with mathematics, engineering, with computer science, AI, ML. So, a complete wholesome learning for both translational research and also for development of technology and devices is again like the central goal of this department. And this department was kicked off successfully with like a wholesome, very gratified donation from Mr. Lakshmi Narayanan from Cognizant. And with this seed money, the department was established. And the department currently have a collaboration with six leading major hospitals in Chennai, which is not only the strength to the department, which also brings a unique perspective to the department, because all these doctors and the hospital facility really provides the engineering part of IIT Madras a whole different layer of concept and ideas to kick this program forward. And just 1 minute, just gonna I'm just gonna stop sharing for a second and then reshare it with you all. Okay, I hope you all can see it fine now. Is the screen visible and am I audible?
Yes, we can hear you and see you, Anu.
Yeah, sorry about the mix up. So, with respect to the academic programs and what we have achieved so far, I mentioned to you about the launch of the department last year in April. And right now, when we started, the department didn't have a space. Now we have a 45,000 square foot building in new academic complex at IIT, new academic complex 2 at IIT Madras campus. And we have successfully launched the BS program. There is faculty recruitment ongoing. So I'm very elated to share that I was the first external faculty to join the department. And we have PhD admissions that have started, and we also have MD PhD. So, this is what I was mentioning in the beginning, training clinicians to think like scientists and also enable the engineering aspect inside them is one of the primary goal of the department. So we are very proud to say that We at IIT Madras, we are offering this MD PhD program, and I believe this is the first MD PhD program in the entire country. So this is really going to create platform and avenues for a lot of clinical and medical research in the country. And I already mentioned to you about like the different streams of center of excellence that we are thinking about towards future. And I want to also talk about how we plan to accomplish this. For example, in medical schools, doctors are getting a lot of training in physiology and anatomy, whereas engineers and basic science, we usually start focusing on one minute detail or one specific protein or a specific aspect of the biology, but we often tend to forget the wholesome physiology that's associated with it. So the BS program has an objective for the students to learn human physiology and anatomy. And since IIT Madras is not a medical school, a caveat that we need to remember is we are not going to have access to cadavers or dissection, just like how the doctors train. So in order to solve this issue, what the department creatively thought about is to have synthetic cadavers and a synthetic dissection table where you have what you see these two or human cadavers that are not real. So these are simulated synthetic one that mimics materials like human tissue. They have bone, they have nerves, they have blood vessels and all of that. So the students get a touch and sense feel to better learn the physiology. And this is a anatomage, this is a synthetic again virtual dissection table where this is already loaded with about some 3 million images of human body. So you take an organ, you choose that lane, and you get CT, X-ray, MRI of that organ like there are in several slices. So we are not only trying to deliver it to the patient, but we are also equipping ourselves so that we can better deliver all these things to these BS students. So they also get like the similar kind of medical learning, but in an engineering school. And we also have a lot of AR, VR based learning. So you put on these like Oculus and gadgets, and you can play around with the heart brain section and look how the surgery happens. It's like a lot of tools for these young students to play, but also they learn a lot. So we are very proud to have all these systems in an engineering school for the first time. And in combination with these, we also have a lot of visualization models for things that they can't understand through a cadaver. We have all these display of medical biopsy samples, medical images, and visualization tools of different organs, so that the students have like comprehensive understanding of what actually happens in the human body. So this is something that I mentioned in terms of the basic understanding and learning. We are also equipping our department with a lot of fundamental and basic science tools, which will help us understand this medicine from the single cell point of view, from a cellular physiology point of view. And towards that, my lab specifically focus on a technology called organoids, where we are developing stem cell based models to grow organs in miniature form outside the human body. I'm not going to spend a lot of time, but to simply give a gist, I take stem cells from the humans, and I try to create miniature form of the organ of interest in a dish. So this essentially helps me understand what goes on in the organ, try to predict the disease, try to model the disease, and also come up with therapeutics, and I give back to the patient. And because these are obtained from that specific patient, they resemble the specific patient. They are not like animal models where I'm having like non-human structures. So they have a human physiology, and this is like a great platform to better understand human diseases, and this is completely translational. And the department is also equipped with lot of equipments at the point where again trying to understand not only what happens at that particular organ or the human, we are going down to a single cell level to distinguish what happens in that specific disease cell and the neighboring healthy cell. So this will really help us tease out deeper understanding and get the concept straight. So for that, we have a whole spectrum of single cell genomic technology. I don't want to spend a lot of time detailing about it, but this is like a and from left to right, it increasing order of complexity. These are three major equipments that we have in the department that helps us understand these concepts. And The next thing is we also have equipped ourselves with lot of what's called as flow cytometers, which are critical for development of clinical biomarkers. So for cancer, early diagnosis of cancer, that is often a major problem. We need to know what is the signaling change and how can we predict the disease earlier than at a later stage, because this will be very important in treating the cancer and curing the cancer. And for that, these equipments are of major importance, and we have equipped our department with like a whole spectrum of this, so that eventually in future we will be able to come up with biomarker discovery for these diseases. And we also have set up a center for drug discovery and the pandemic threat surveillance center in conjunction with, in collaboration with Baylor College of Medicine. During a non-war time, this setup will be used for drug discovery and testing. But in case there is a pandemic again in future, IIT Madras will be equipped with world-class equipment, with automated robotic system to do high-quality testing for diagnosis and like rapid testing, and also at a very large scale. And so far, I told you what all we have, but what we don't have is a hospital where these doctors who are doing their research training will get to practice, a hospital that will come up with problems to help the society, a hospital where a world class research is going to happen to better the society. So, this is a major thing that we are missing in the department or at the institute. And this is a simulated image that was kindly given to us by LNT on how this futuristic hospital at IIT Madras will look like. So, with this, what I want to conclude is we definitely have the vision, the expertise, the plan, the will, and great leadership team on campus. But what we need right now is the resource to build the future of medicine. So, with that, I will be happy to take questions or discuss this further.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Anu. Thank you, Anu. That was. I hope you could hear the applause in the room.